How many of you can identify with or know somebody who's ever dealt with issues of low self esteem? Raise your hands, please. What I'm about to share with you is how low self esteem, how it's a common theme that is interwoven throughout my journey, and how it really served to shape the way that I saw myself, my life, and the possibilities for my future. Now, when I was born, my parents, they had just recently gotten married, and we were living in this small little two-bedroom apartment on the central coast of California. Around 2.5 years of age, my little brother was born. And my mother tells me I wasn't very happy about that. She says I started picking on him and teasing him. I remember having this feeling that they love him more than me. Well, shortly after my little brother was born, my parents, they stopped getting along. And one of the first memories that I have is Mommy and Daddy are fighting. I didn't know what was going on. But around this time, they decided to get a divorce. And I will never forget the moment that we pulled out of the driveway for the very last time. I could see Daddy through the car window. I want Daddy to go. I didn't understand. But off we went to the other side of the country to move in with my mother's sister while she tried to put the pieces back together. Over the next few years, my brother, he stayed with my mom, but I bounced back and forth between my parents. They couldn't decide who was going to keep me. I remember having this feeling that I'm not good enough. I had these behavioral issues going on, and my parents, they started drinking, and they had their own issues. Well, for 5th grade, I was sent back to Virginia, and I bet a lot of us here, when we look back on our lives, there's moments that really stand out clearly to us. For me, one of those moments was in 5th grade. I started school, and I felt like I finally fit in. Like I was accepted by these people. I made a lot of friends, and it seemed like everybody really liked me. I was popular, for whatever that means for a 10-year-old. It felt really good. I was happy. Now, I want y'all to take a moment. I want you to think back, and I want you to remember your first crush. I remember mine clearly, and her name was Stephanie. She was the most beautiful girl I had ever seen. Leading up until this point, I've been going through a bit of a dark period, but with her, it was like the light broke through and started shining. I couldn't stop thinking about her. I couldn't wait to go to school just to see her. More than anything, I wanted her to like me too. Now, one day I was at recess, and I heard my name called from behind me, so I got off the swing and I turned around, and it was Stephanie. And she started to make fun of me for having a crush on her. I stood there literally speechless. Now, I don't remember exactly what she said, but I will never forget the way that she made me feel. I was so embarrassed. And when I look back on my life, that moment, it really served as confirmation of this suspicion that I had that I wasn't good enough. That there was something wrong with me.